First of all, we have Bickel Brewer. Mr. Brewer co-founded Bickel Brewer in 1984. Since that time, he has earned a nationwide reputation as one of the most successful lawyers in the United States, practicing exclusively in the field of complex commercial litigation and dispute resolution. Testament to the significance of Mr. Brewer's caseload are the news organizations that routinely mention his work. The Wall Street Journal, Associated Press, Forbes, Fortune, the National Law Journal, and many other prominent media outlets have all recently reported on Mr. Brewer's legal representation. Mr. Brewer is a co-founding partner of the Bickel Brewer Foundation, and he plays a leading role in the foundation's award-winning educational and community outreach programs. A former debater himself, Mr. Brewer helped found the National Public Policy Forum and now serves on its advisory board. In support of the program and its commitment to academic achievement, he also works closely with a variety of forensic organizations, including the National Forensic League. Mr. Brewer is also a founding member of the Dallas-based advisory board for the National Association of Urban Debate Leagues. In 2008, he was also named by the National Forensic League as its Communicator of the Year. Next, we have Melissa Maxey-Wade. Ms. Maxey-Wade is the Director of Forensic at Emory University, a title she has held since 1972. Ms. Wade has authored more than 250 publications on debate pedagogy, arguments and issues, and has coached Emory University to over 20 national championships in policy debate. Currently Executive Director of the National Debate Project, she has received every major college coaching award and is among the most respected professionals in her field. A former keynote speaker for the NPPF Awards banquet, Ms. Wade is a member of the NPPF Advisory Board. Next we have John Sexton. Mr. Sexton, the 15th president of New York University, is the Benjamin Butler Professor of Law and NYU Law School's Dean Emeritus, having served as dean for 14 years. President Sexton is a fellow of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences and a member of both the Association of American University Presidents, where he was a member of the Executive Committee and the Council on Foreign Relations. He was the founding chair of the board of NASD Dispute Resolution, and now is the chairman of the board of the Federal Reserve Bank of New York and chair of the Federal Reserve System Council of Chairs. He serves as vice chair of the board for the New York Academy of Sciences and as the treasurer of the Commission of Independent Colleges and Universities of New York. While dean of the law school, he was president of the Association of American Law Schools. He holds many honorary degrees and has received many awards, including Outstanding High School Debate Coach of the last 50 years. Before coming to NYU, President Sexton served as law clerk to Chief Justice Warren Burger of the U.S. Supreme Court and to Judges David Bazelon and Harold Leventhal of the U.S. Court of Appeals. Finally, he is a member of the NPPF Advisory Board and co-sponsor of the annual NPPF competition. Next, we have Scott Deathridge. Dr. Deathridge joined the NAUDL, the National Association for Urban Debate Leagues, in the spring of 2008. He comes to the NAUDL from the Department of Communication Studies at Northwestern University, where he served as a senior lecturer. He received a PhD in Communications from Northwestern, an MA in Communication Studies from Baylor University, and a BBA in Economics and Finance, also from Baylor. As the director of the Northwestern University Debate Society since 1994, Dr. Deathridge established an unparalleled record of coaching success. His Northwestern teams won the NDT National Championship 7 times since 1994. He also coached 4 individuals to top speaker awards at the National Debate Tournament. And in 2007, he received the George W. Ziegelmuller National Debate Tournament Coach of the Year Award. In 2003, he was named the Pelham National Coach of the Year, and he was voted the Coach of the Decade for the 1990s by his peers. Next, we have Scott Wunn. Mr. Wunn has been the Executive Director of the National Forensic League since 2003. He earned his Bachelor of Arts degree from Graceland University in 1993 and his Master's degree in Communication Studies from the University of Northern Iowa in '99. He began his career with the National Forensic League as a forensics coach and classroom instructor in 1993. During his 10-year coaching career, Mr. Wunn's students experienced great success, including several national finalists and the 2002 National Championship in Humorous Interpretation. Mr. Wunn is a 2-time endowment coach and member of the Key Coach Society of the Barclay Forum for High Schools. During his current tenure as the executive director of the league, Mr. Wunn is most proud of the advancements the NFL has made in coach education programs, community-related program development, alumni engagement, and communication and cooperation among the leadership of the league. Next, we have Mark Oppenheimer. Mr. Oppenheimer is a writer for the New York Times Magazine, Slate, the Boston Globe, The Forward, and many other publications. He often writes about religion, but also enjoys publishing personal essays and book reviews. Mr. Oppenheimer is the editor of the New Haven Review, an occasional commentator on National Public Radio, and a contributor to newhavenindependent.org, for which he hosts a podcast. He is also the author of 2 books. During the 2008-09 school year, Mr. Oppenheimer has been a lecturer in the English and Political Science departments of Yale University and a visiting professor of creative writing at Wellesley College. He holds a doctorate in religious studies and is currently the coordinator of the Yale Journalism Initiative. Our next judge is Elaine McCardle. After a brief stint as a lawyer, Ms. McCardle has been a journalist for 20 years. She has worked on staff as a writer and editor at the New Bedford Standard Times, Lawyers Weekly, USA, and a variety of other publications before becoming a freelance reporter several years ago. Ms. McCardle has reported and written on everything from law to politics to health. She is the recipient of a number of awards, including the Massachusetts Bar Association's first ever Excellence in Law-Related Journalism Award, and awards from the Associated Press, the American Bar Association, and the New England Newspaper Association. Ms. McCardle is a graduate of Centenary College of Louisiana and Vanderbilt University Law School. She now writes for the Boston Globe Magazine, Boston Magazine, Harvard Law Bulletin, and many others. She also teaches writing at Greb Street, a writing center in Boston. In addition, she has taught media law as an adjunct professor at Southern New England Law School, as well as to practicing lawyers through Massachusetts Continuing Legal Education. And ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for all of our distinguished judges. And again, I just want to give everybody a quick reminder to please make sure and turn all your cell phones off or on silent. And now I will direct our competition to Mr. David Baker, who will be moderator, and he will get our proceedings underway and explain the rules.
Thank you very much, Sarah. I apologize immediately to both teams for the quality of today's panel. We tried to find some folks who had some experience and background in debate. This is the best we could do, and I wish you the very best of luck. I promise you that these folks are passionate about what you're doing, and that's really about all I can say, because that's going to be intimidating no matter what else I say, so we'll just leave it at that. I will remind everyone that we do have a format we would like to follow as closely as possible. We will begin the debate with 2 10-minute presentations, one by the affirmative initially and the second by the negative. We will then have a series of questions and answers from team to team, with one team asking a question, the other team answering it, from a series of 5 or 6 or 8, whatever it is, questions. And then we will have a period where the judges will ask questions of the debaters. I will ask the team captains to try to direct those questions to appropriate folks and keep up with who's spoken how many times. Obviously, at the end of the day, we'd love it if that was even, but we'll see how it goes. And I'd ask the panel to please hold their questions until we reach that part of our program. And I will remind you that at least 3 times in the last 10 years that admonition has worked. But, you know, we'll see how that goes. They've been warned that interruptions may occur at any time. We will conclude, once that's over, we will conclude the debate with 2 rebuttals, a 5-minute rebuttal by the negative and a 5-minute rebuttal by the affirmative, and that will conclude the debate, okay? If there are no other questions and no further ado, we will start with the affirmative for a period of 10 minutes, and I won't time any introductory remarks you have, just as we did in the semifinals. Good luck and have a good time.